Well, hello everybody. Welcome friends. Welcome astrology and enthusiasts and followers, um, planet seekers. Those of you who like to delve into the stars and the sky. Well, I'm Stephen the Jupiterian here with a video all about Virgo. Well, Virgo is going to star is going to be in the sun will be in the sign of Virgo on the 22nd, 23rd, depending on where you are. And I'm going to bring up the chart when Virgo, the sun enters Virgo. And here we are. The sun is in the sign of Virgo at 7:18, almost 7:19 p.m. This is on the west coast of the United States. It'll be 10:18 or 9:18 in the Midwest and the East Coast. It'll be 10:18, almost 10:19 p.m. Overseas, it'll already be the next day on Sunday. So, yes, if you're in the UK, um, or um, or even in the Australia, it'll be on Sunday. So here we are. The sun is in Virgo on the west coast when Aquarius is on the rise, 19 degrees and 13 minutes. And then we have here is Hecate. That's the asteroid Hecate or Hecate, Hekate. And then the north node at 29 degrees, 49 minutes of Aquarius. So this means that the sun, it will be in the eighth house, will be in an aversion at this time. So it may seem a bit difficult for the West Coast. Well, at least it's evening hours. Um, hmm, Probably already home. Um, Either having dinner, finishing dinner, whatever. So, let's see. And Jupiter, Mercury, and the South Node are in Leo. Mars is in Cancer at 7 degrees 41 minutes. This is Urania, one of the nine muses. Um, she's a goddess of music, song, and dance in the sixth house. Hey. So you may find healing or um, solace with music, dance, song, yep, as well as astronomy and astrology. And the moon, well, the moon will be in Capricorn. So that's yeah. The moon is in detriment in Capricorn. The sun really doesn't have any much dignity in Virgo, except that it'll be more detail oriented, starting to be more detail, or it's ruled by Mercury, which is in Leo. Um, hmm, you'll be starting to be cleaning up things, getting ready for um autumn, getting ready for, well, actually probably back to school as well. Getting things organized. Um, but here on the West Coast, school has already started in the end of Leo season. Um, but yeah, everywhere, other places, school starts, well, on the East Coast, I know that school starts on the or after Labor Day. Most, well, in New York, mostly. I know that because I lived there. I was a teacher in New York. Went to school in New York. So this is for Aquarius rising. If you're an Aquarius rising, Virgo season, usually the sun is transiting your eighth house. But let's start with Aries. So this is on the 22nd, where I shared so starting with Aries, I already, I'll go over Aquarius more when we get there. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Um, so Aries rising, the sun, it will be transiting your sixth house of health, work, service, pets, the work you have to do to keep yourself functioning, even bodily systems functioning. Aries rising. Hmm. We have Neptune and Saturn still retrograde in your sign of Aries. So going slow and steady, at a slow and steady pace right now, not rushing into anything. Um, although Virgo is the natural ruler of the sixth house. But yeah, that's since you're Aries, well, since this is like we start with Aries, the first sign. But yeah, that's a completely different system altogether. Okay. Excuse me. Sorry, everybody. All right. Excuse me. So, Aries, you're ruled by Mars, and Mars is transiting your fourth house. He has a sun in Aries. Well, Mars is squaring you by sign. If you have Mars at between like seven to from 1 to 13, I say 13 degrees, maybe 12 degrees. 12 or 13, yeah. Between 1 and 13 degrees of Aries, Mars is making a square to your sun. And the moon, if you have moon at the moon, or have the moon at any of these degree, or conjunct the moon conjunct Saturn and Neptune here, or the sun conjunct Neptune or Saturn. It's also time to like, yeah. Saturn's making it difficult for you to do anything fast, placing whole lot of discipline on you. Uh, but if you're an Aries rising, Mars is transiting your fourth house. The sun is transiting your sixth house. So I would say that it's time to slow down and see what's going on with your physically, uh, and health wise. Um, I'm not saying that you will have health problems, but just be aware of your body, of your limits. Don't push yourself too hard. Mhm. Um, so yeah, actually, Venus is in a very prominent place here. Venus is in a sign she rules of Libra, your seventh house of relationships, one-to-one uh, interactions with other people, any other person, your spouse, a friend, one-to-one, when you're dealing one-to-one with someone. Clients, dealing with one-to-one with clients. And Mars is in fall, Saturn's in fall. The moon is in detriment in your 10th house. So yeah. Moon is transiting your 10th house of rep career, reputation. Yeah. You may seem to be detached and seem like because moon in Capricorn can be very stoic and business oriented, but you'll you may show no emotion. Possible. These are possibilities. Let me know if you're an Aries rising, if these are happening for you. Um, so yeah. It doesn't mean don't stop working, just be aware that people may see you as standoffish at times. with the moon transit. This is only a 2 day event with the moon transiting Capricorn. So yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. But it's making a trine to the sun. Well, it's making a trine to the sun on the 22nd, but by the 23rd, 24th, it'll be moving on. We have this grand trine too, from the moon to Chiron and the sun. And Regulus has moved from 29 degrees Leo to 0 degrees of Virgo, which is interesting. Regulus will be in Virgo for a while now. Uh, hmm. All right, let's move on to Whoops, too far. Taurus. You're ruled by Venus. Your ruling sign. And another ruling sign of of Virgo. Libra. Sorry. Venus rules Libra and Taurus, sorry. Or Taurus and Libra. The sun is in Virgo in your fifth house. So maybe putting details into your creative projects, being very um, detailed with your children, maybe nitpicky too. That could be bring some nitpickiness to get your children organized, um, getting them to your children, yeah, to well, yeah, getting children to do what you want them to is a task in its on its own. Getting them to have breakfast on time. So yeah, Taurus rising. Hmm. Hmm. Um, but Venus is transiting your sixth house of hmm, health, fitness. Actually, yeah. Um, pets and service, being of service. Pluto is transforming your career at the moment. Yeah, try not to push too hard when you're going out in the neighborhood. Yes, not the best thing to do. We have Jupiter and Mercury transiting your fourth house of home, property, no, real estate, home and real estate. Hmm. Although Venus is making an opposition to Saturn, so they are having a tug of war with each other from your sixth to the 12th house of the esoteric, spiritual unseen world to the world of the physical and practical. Sixth house. I think that's all I want to talk to you about, or to Taurus about, because your ruling planet is opposing Saturn. Mhm. Yeah. And that's the only aspect that it's making. Which isn't terrible for Taurus or for Libra anyway. 'Cause, well, Libra. Yeah. Oh. And the moon is transiting your ninth house. So this is a house of God, the house of spirituality, religion. Not terrible. All right, moving on to Gemini. You're by Mercury. So if you have the sun, oh, if you have the sun in Taurus, the sun in Virgo is making a trine to you. Okay, Gemini. Gemini, you're ruled by Mercury. Mercury is at 25 degrees of Leo in your third house. So this is all about your neighborhood, communication. Mercury in the communication house. This isn't bad. Actually, you're probably probably will be talking a lot of dramatic things, Leo. Hmm. Um, Mercury is opposing the North Node. Mercury. Well, well, Mercury did trine Saturn, but he's still trine Saturn by sign. Mercury is making a trine to Pallas Athena, the goddess of wisdom and knowledge, and also the asteroid Vesta, the Vestal flame, devotion, where you're devoted to your friends, actually. Hey, maybe you'll be communicating more, your friends, or your friends would be more devoted to what you have to say, hearing what you have to say. The sun transiting your fourth house of home, real estate. Uh, Maybe feeling closer to home. Venus is transiting your fifth house of creativity. Man, actually, Venus loves to be in Libra. When is she, how, a sign she rules. And um, hold on. The moon is transiting your eighth house of debt, death, taxes, other people's money, inheritances. But yeah, the moon is in Capricorn, not very emotional, maybe being very undiplomatic about things. So that could be possible as well, being more down to earth about shared resources with your spouse, other people's money, credit cards, what you owe on credit cards, or paying them back, paying them off. Moon will definitely make sure that the books are are well, trining the sun, absolutely. The home finances will be taken care of. Mars, well, try not to make push too far with your finances. Yeah, with money and yeah. Ugh. Stay on a budget. Mars is in fall in Cancer, your second house of money. All right, moving on to Cancer. I'm sorry, Mars is in your sign. You're ruled by the moon, and the moon is opposing you. The moon in Capricorn. Hmm. The sun is transiting your third house of your siblings, neighbors, communication. Yeah. Jupiter is expanding your money. Mercury communicating about your resources, your well, you may be speaking more dramatically. Mercury in the second house. We're using your voice in a dramatic way. Um, expanding your what you possess, your physical, tangible things you hold dear to you and possess, like cars and jewelry. um, Things you need necessity wise to live for your first house. So yeah. like food, no water, and all the necessities of to help keep you alive, the resources you. But yeah, Jupiter is expanding on that. Not terrible, not bad. Nothing is opposing Jupiter. But the south node is opposed, Mercury is opposed to the north node, Mercury conjunct the south node and opposing the north node. Okay. So this could be, yeah, definitely something having to do with money, merchants. Not a great time to spend a lot of money on possessions. Um, okay. We spoke about the sun. Venus in your fourth house opposed Saturn in your 10th of career. This is like there's a balance that needs to be between home and career or public reputation right now. I would stick with home. Jupiter, I'm sorry, Venus in Libra is stronger than Saturn in Aries. So, yeah, slow with your career, public reputation. Yeah, do not try to um, advance in the public right now. But if you have to be in the public, be aware that your reputation, you don't want to destroy your reputation. Yeah, sorry, Cancer rising. Yeah, not the best thing for Cancer risings right now. Reputation, career could be on the line. We spoke about the moon that you're ruled by in the seventh house. One-to-one relationships, negotiations with clients, and any one-to-one relationship. When you're dealing with one-to-one, could be with a friend, conversations with a friend, one-to-one, not just a group of friends, which is the 11th house. So there will be a chironic healing of with friends. So actually, it's a great time to be with groups of people. Yeah. Moving on to Leo, you're ruled by the sun. The sun is transiting your second house of possessions, what you own in this world, the money you spend on to it's practical. Leo, yeah, you'll be starting to be more practical with the things you possess, own, and how you say things. Jupiter, Mercury, and the South Node are transiting your first house, Leo. But the sun is in an aversion to you, the second house. You're not, yeah, things you possess and for yourself. But yeah, making money may not be seen right at the moment, but how you make money is by your personality. how you're seen by others. Mercury, your first house. Jupiter is expanding your, could expand your waistline, could expand your, how you're seen in the world as well. And they make a trine to, well, Pallas Athena and Vesta, the Vestal flame. So we're being wise and devoted to learning, higher learning, spiritual beliefs, religious beliefs, possibly even higher education or publishing a book publishing, Leo rising. Venus is transiting your third house of, well, the third house is all about your neighborhood, siblings, um, communicating. Venus making, you can make money communicating about something you love. And because actually Saturn and Venus are up in opposition here, communicating about, and yeah, Venus also rules your 10th house of things that you are work toward, their career, public reputation. So communicating, writing, teaching, learning, communicating about what you're learning. And the moon is going to be a short transit into your 6th house of work, service, being of service. Mars is transiting your 12th house of things that are hidden from you, taking action in your 12th house. So yeah, uh, foreign shores, like this is like far, like money from foreign places. And the 11th, Uranus is transiting your 11th house of good fortune, bringing surprising and shocking news to your good fortune. Interesting. So Leo rising, yes. Cool. All right, moving on to our Virgos. Well, the sun, happy birthday, Virgo. This is, the sun is in your sign, Virgo. So Virgo rising, this is your time to shine. The sun is in your sign. And if you're a Virgo, have the sun in Virgo. It's your time as well. Be more detail, be more, you'll be seen in, the spotlight is on you. Making a trine to this moon, and Chiron. So this is like a very karmic, dharmic, and yeah, this is your dharma from the 9th, healing some wound of your religion or what a religious belief, spiritual belief. Libra, Virgo rising. Mercury is transiting your 12th house as well, your ruling planet. Transiting your 12th house of foreign shores, unknown things, the house of repressed dreams. It could be also you'll get very prophetic dreams as well. Mercury with Mercury trends in your 12th house. Mercury is making trine to with Pallas Athena and Vesta, uh, asteroids of knowledge and wisdom and devotion from the 8th house. So yeah, actually, I would say that definitely things that you're thinking of, researching in the esoteric, and the 8th house is also astrology and occult science, the occult, yeah, other people's money and shared resources. Moving on to Libra. Well, Libra. Okay, here we are. Libra rising. The moon is still in Capricorn. Okay, this moon is still in Capricorn. The moon hasn't changed signs. Okay, but we're into Sunday. That's all right. Mercury, so Libra, you're going to look beautiful. Actually, Venus, your ruling planet in your first house, opposed Saturn in your seventh. So things with your partner, one-to-one relationships. There's a interesting conversation here between a push and pull, tug of war energy here. Yeah, so negotiations with clients may take a while, and partners, one-to-one relationships. But it's all about you. Venus is your sign. Venus is your planet in your first house. So if you're Libra, sun or moon, well, the sun is ruled by Leo, sorry, the sun is ruled by Leo, your 11th house. So this is like being really having great rapport with your friends, benefactors, and groups. Well, it's not the best time with partners because there's like a compromise here. You may be feeling great, looking great. Yeah. But one-to-one negotiations with other people is going to be slow, methodical. And Saturn in Aries is not in a great place here. Saturn is in fall. So is Mars in fall in your 10th house, making a square to these to yeah, these placements in Aries. Mars is making a sextile to the sun. Yeah. Mars is making a sex. So there's lots of effort that needs to be made with your career. The sun will be transiting your 12th house of dreams. Yeah, the sun will, the sun will not be seen here. Nope, the sun will not be seen here. So anything that you're try to accomplish with your reputation or your ego, yeah. Uh Not the best time to get or be seen. Because the sun is will be transiting your 12th house of self-undoing. Anything you try to accomplish uh with ego or yeah, your standard higher self. You are the sun is transiting your 12th house. Yeah. That's not a great thing for that, but effort is needed for your reputation, career, um, making a square to Saturn, not great either. And Neptune, yeah. So there may be um, a spiritual thing, a spiritual awakening with other people, um, or other people may be casting a fog over what they actually want. The moon transiting your 4th house of home, being more practical, down to earth, less emotional in the home at this for this transit of the moon. Oh, it just only lasts for 2 days. Not terrible. Okay, Scorpio. Well, you're ruled by Mars. Mars is transiting your 9th house. Scorpio rising. You're ruled by Mars, like Aries. Yeah. But Mars is transiting your 9th house and making a trine to you. So if you have the sun between 0 and 13 degrees, yeah, let's say between 0 and 12 degrees of Scorpio. Mars is making a square to you from your 1st house to your 9th house. Mm, so Mars may be testing your beliefs, and maybe taking action on what you need to do. Um, there's effort with friends and benefactors and dealing with groups at this time when the sun transits through Virgo. Mars is also making a square to Neptune and Saturn by Saturn in Aries. Well, it's a wide square orb of a square from Saturn because that's like 6 degrees away. That's a wide orb for the square from Mars to Saturn, but it does square Neptune. Mars and Neptune are square each other. But Venus is opposed to Saturn. Venus in the 12th, Saturn in the 6th. Saturn's retrograde in the 6th. So actually, I would take action. Like there's probably going to be a lot of um with Saturn in the 6th house. Work is going to be very prominent here in your 6th house. Health, taking care of yourself. Um, Opposed Venus, well, self-undoing. Venus is in the 12th house. Hmm, Values, maybe bringing some self-undoing to in your direction through through Virgo season. Well, and when with this opposition with Saturn. So there's a push and pull between the 6th and the 12th house. Maybe feeling like you're pulled in what's practical and what's unseen, esoteric, spiritual practices. Well, you definitely will need some spiritual practices here if you want to balance this energy out. Anything else I want to share? No, those are the most important highlights. Sagittarius. Well, Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is transiting your ninth house. And Jupiter is making an in conjunction to the moon. So you not really have anything in common with the moon right now, with the Capricorn moon and Jupiter in Leo. But Jupiter, your ruling planet, is in the ninth house of book publishing, being starting to be seen for your spirituality, religious practices. Uh, this is also the house of religion, higher education, speaking, and you'll be talking more openly to this. The sun is transiting your 10th house. So it'll be all about your career. Time to be out front and center with your career. And yeah, the full moon is coming up very soon, within a few days. Yeah, the 29th, it's the 8th, 29th of August, when the sun goes into Pisces. Jupiter is transiting your 11th house of friends, groups, benefactors, uh, the house of good fortune. Jupiter is bringing really great news here to your group, to your the house of good fortune. It's also a money house, bringing great, bringing good news and um, value to your own friends and money and everything like that. Mars is cutting and severing debt. This is great for money from that you from an inherit you may have hey, but um cut from an inheritance. Well, hey, that's not good. But it will also it could also cut some credit card debt or any debts, taxes. Um, Good for that as well. Other people's money. The moon in your second house. So this is your money, possessions, being more practical with your money, emotional, being feeling emotional attachment to your money in a very detached way because that's in Capricorn. Um, so this isn't a bad combination with Mars opposite the moon. And then we have Saturn. Oh, well, Jupiter is opposed Saturn. So Saturn's moving, taking creativity very slowly. Uh, you may be more inclined to be with friends, groups of people. Uh, yeah, than being creative and although it's very slow, moving slowly, which is good. You can also whatever you're devoted to and wise and wisdom and being devoted to a creative project is making a trine to Mercury. Whatever you're learning is going to end. You'll be creative with whatever you're communicating about. Like for my this Sagittarius, I'm working on talismans. I'm creating, yeah, slowly but surely. I know about what a talisman does and how to create one. So being very creative and being slow and methodical with it, and bringing some boundaries and some responsibility, discipline in the field of create of art, being creative. And definitely my communications are transforming with Pluto in the third house, transiting the third house. Capricorn. All right, we're almost done. We have Aquarius and Pisces next. So Capricorn, you're ruled by Saturn, and Saturn is in full in your fourth house. And it's opposing Venus in your 10th. So Capricorn, this is a really great time to put value on your reputation, your oppose because Saturn is in full. Home, it may need to be more disciplined in the home and take it being more responsible in the home. Since Saturn rules you, uh, hmm, being more responsible. Um, but hey, as it's posing Venus uh in your 10th house. But Venus is stronger here, but there may need to be more discipline, more effort taken here um because of Saturn being in fall. Neptune is more probably being more well, Neptune here isn't good either. Neptune is retrograde, being more spiritual, bringing more spirituality into the home. Um, Trying not to be delusional here in home activities or being responsible with home the things you need to take care of in the home and about their home. Even though Venus is in your 10th house of career, Venus is more prominent here. There's like you definitely need to have a compromise here, balancing out home and career, public reputation. It may be difficult to balance this out because you do need to take responsibility of your home. But you also have your values will be seen in your public persona. And whatever happens in the home is going to be bringing it to the public. So make sure you're doing what you need to do at home to be seen in a better light in the public. Um, the moon is in your sign. So you may actually seem a little bit standoffish at times. Um, may be seen as very bossy, um, Saturnian. Yeah. And the moon is making a square to, no, making a square. Yeah. Making a square to Saturn. The moon is square Saturn. Not a great thing either. So um try not to be overly emotional or Saturn Capricorn Capricorn uh the moon in Capricorn square Saturn, emotions and responsibility definitely need to be, yeah, are going to uh so there's something that you need to do that between emotions and responsibility and discipline, being disciplined in the home, taking care of home and yourself emotionally. Try not to be, yeah, this is going to be teaching you really to be patient and be more patient. Yeah, not the best. This with the moon's square Saturn. Learn patience. This is going to teach you patience. The moon up as a Mars is also going to be definitely it'll be tested and with patience. All wow, in everything. Wow, patience. That's what I would say, Capricorn. You're going to definitely need to be more patient with people from home, family, one-to-one relationships, and your career. Because yeah, this is going to also square Jupiter. Yeah, Venus in your 10th house. So patience is a virtue, Capricorn. Although you're very patient. Although sometimes you try to rush things and be on top of the world, not at this moment. Saturn is in your 4th house. Not at the top of the chart. All right. Moving on to Aquarius. You're also ruled by Saturn. Saturn is in your third house. Siblings, communication. Yeah, well, this is going to be slow and steady for you, Capricorn, Aquarius. Yeah. It's yeah, because yeah, there's gonna be a square between with Mars, the moon in your 12th house, and Jupiter is making an opposition to Saturn, and the moon is making a square to Venus. Ugh. Uh, so this is like, oh yeah, probably writing will take time and effort, and probably yeah, someone from ninth house will probably be putting pressure on you to get whatever this needs to be done. Getting that work done, yeah, being of service. And the moon, well, this is only the moon is a short transit, so it's only going to be a 2 day thing where you'll be like having anxiety about your what's making you emotionally feel this way or that. Uh, let's see. Hmm. Okay, that's all I just want to make you aware of. Pisces. Oh, Pisces, you're ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Leo in your sixth house. Well, Jupiter is in an aversion to you. Mercury is not. Well, actually, Mercury is also. But yeah. So if you have any planets between 20 and 20, no, I'm sorry, 22 to 29 degrees of Leo. Yeah, this is going to be an aversion to you. If you have anything between 0 and 17 degrees of Leo in your sixth house or in your first house. Also, yeah, if you have anything between, yeah, in Pisces and Leo, there's going to be, it's not very prominent thing for you, but, ooh, Pisces, wow. For these past couple days, the moon will be square Venus opposing Venus opposing Saturn. Moon square Saturn, moon square Venus. Um, so there's this T square here between 11th, 8th, and second house. So this is friends and money, shared resources, and your own money. So there's a T square here for you Pisces. Ooh. but you look to that to Mars is not in the best place in your fifth house, but being more creative, actually may pull you out of this, being um or children like bringing that childlike or being uh with children, your children may alleviate this C square for you. Um, because money situation and yeah, is not great with this T square in the money houses. Because the 11th house is the house of good fortune, of money from career gains. Um, although it would be good to uh sorry. It would be good to evaluate what your feelings are towards money and find a creative way out of it. Because Saturn Saturn's opposing Venus, or Venus and Saturn are in opposition, and they both squared by the moon. Friends could be upset or very stubborn at the moment with your time, their time, and money. So yeah. Pisces. Um, is there anything? Although the sun is in your seventh house, so partners may be helping, be bringing more detail and organization your way. I think that's all I have for you all. That I wanted to warn you about. And those are the major aspects for when the sun enters Virgo, the first days of Virgo. So, all right. Thanks for watching. I'm Steven, the Jupiterian. Thank you, friends, for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell if you haven't hit that notification bell to be notified when I post new videos. Um, and give it a thumbs up. Post a comment. All right. Take care and happy Virgo season. There'll be more on Virgo. Yeah, as we go, because we're gonna have this full moon in Pisces in just a few days with an eclipse, a lunar eclipse with this full moon. So yeah, we'll be talking about that. We'll be talking a whole lot more and be doing some tarot uh and other stuff. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.